So, he's live. Oh boy. If that isn't a train wreck waiting to happen, I mean, we all are well aware of shenanigans. Um, so she was over there, it's, she's tried speaking upon um, the whole Zab girl releasing autopsy photographs and stuff like that. Well, honey, you can't just watch like 5 minutes of today's my show and then think you can speak on some shit, and you don't even know where they were put. You didn't say the name right. You're calling for YouTube to take her channel down because you were putting out that it was played on her channel, but it wasn't. Remember, we clarified that last night. And then the best part of all, guys, the best part, and that is she tried to tell her 3 to 10 people watching that I was trying to get her son's autopsy photos. And that's never what I said I was going to get. Never once. And I never once said I was putting anything online. But, it's a Freedom of Information Act, right? People have the right to know. Said I was putting anything online. But, it's a Freedom of Information Act, right? People have the right to know. So if I wanted to, I could file for it. Like I said, I'd just have to pay the fee. I'm not going to, but just know I can. Because if said person can get autopsies of a missing and murdered child, then that doesn't make anybody else off limits. Not going to do it. I'm just, putting it out there. But since, you've already accused me of calling the funeral home and trying to get autopsy photographs, which the funeral home doesn't even have. So that was way before any of this even came out. Now you're running with it even more. But no, that's not what I told you. I told you I would get his death certificate. The cause of his death. Not no autopsy photographs. And I even, said I wasn't going to do that either. I said I could, but I wasn't. So if you want to come at me and saying that I deserve my channel to be taken down because I said I could, well, that just goes to show you know nothing about YouTube. Now, it's one thing to say you could get something. It's another thing to say I got something. So don't make false allegations, Toni. It's not okay. It's not okay. It's not. Death certificates are public info. You don't even have to be a family. Right. See, and I thought you did. But see, that goes to show I was wrong. So that means I never even called to find out. So, not that I'm going to, because I want no part of that. But it was just the fact of he has accused me of damn near the unspeakable when it comes to her son. And I've never done anything at all. But she wants to keep running with it. She wants to keep running with it. And then she's all saying, she basically was saying she's wrong, and, she turned her back on her friends and yada, yada, yada. And, if she's able to fix it, blah, blah. I'm just like, oh, now you're sorry because nobody's showing up to your lives. Nobody's, talking to you, you know. That's why you're sorry. You weren't sorry right after you did it, but you're sorry now, right? Anybody that forgives her, no. Y'all are just as. I'll never forgive. Never in a million years will I forgive her for what she's done. If you want to live in your own little pity party over there, you go ahead. But don't try and bring people down with you, because we're not coming. I've kind of, backed off of you and left you be. But boy, you cannot help it. You are playing my shit in the background again today. You two are both alike. You don't get your way, and the focus isn't completely on you, and you throw your children in people's faces. You've done it to me twice now. You've done it. Don't even know how many times you've done it. And we're just supposed to sit over here and take it because you guys have mental problems. Well, everybody has a little bit of mental problems, but you don't see us getting a free pass now, do you? Now, I could really go down and dirty and very low on both of you, but I'm not going to. Everybody's like, oh, don't get in family problems, but you want to come at somebody else for having an opinion. Oh, boy. No different. And I know that's very sad to say, but it's the truth. And I don't want to hear how, we don't know what she's going through. Well, there's a lot of people that do. And don't act like that. Do I personally know the hell she's living in? I do not. But that doesn't give her a free pass to, be vile and nasty and say whatever the hell she wants to people. It just don't work that way. Not at all. Just because you're a nasty bitch doesn't mean, that gives you a free pass. I mean, because see, I'm judging the behavior, not the incident. I'm judging her behavior and what they do to try and manipulate people when they don't get their way. When they're not getting their way, they start in with the nonsense. And that's what I'm calling it, is nonsense, because there is no way anyone should throw that in somebody else's face. So, but you want to come at me because I said I could do something? Never said I was going to. I said I could. And I very clearly remember saying, but I am not spending $50 of my money on something like that. I don't know how many times I said that. But you keep running with it, Toni. You keep running with it. I in no way want nothing to do with anything that has to do with your son and his passing. But when you tell 4 different stories, people start to question it, Toni. And then when you come up with this bullshit that I called a funeral home, I didn't. Now, how is that possible? But you blamed that on me? Yeah. But see, Toni, we're going to find out, because you've accused me of calling welfare checks. I've never called nobody on you, Toni. Not one person. But we're going to find out, because we're going to get them 911 calls. It's only a matter of time. You supported the FOIA when it came out on me, so I hope everybody supports it when it comes out on you. And I don't want to hear anything bad about it, because it's public information after all, right? Yeah. It's public information. So what are you going to do about it, Toni? Nothing. There's nothing you can file for her to stop so we can't get it. It's our right. Freedom of Information Act. See, I had no clue about damn FOIA up until the circle jerks. Oh, yeah. They taught me something. And that's how to get a FOIA. So all I got to do is pay for whatever information I want, if that's what I choose to do. But anywho, I'm sure. I just had to, get that out because, I wouldn't want people believing wrong information because none of my videos are hidden. They're all out there. Y'all can go back and look and see where I told Toni exactly what I just said. I never said I was getting anything. I said I could get it, but I wasn't wasting $50 on it. So there's that. So, but anyway. So yeah, this whole Zap Girl thing it's kind of blowing up, guys. People are not happy. They're starting to demand things now. And that's never good when you demand something. And they're saying that if she don't come out with, a heartfelt public apology, then she's probably going to lose a lot more subscribers. I don't know. I don't know how many she had before this, but quite a few people are saying, this is allegedly, guys, that she's already lost a lot in the thousands of subscribers already. So I guess we'll have to wait and find out, won't we, to how this all plays out. So because I know I wouldn't want to be sitting in her position right now. Like, seriously, would not. That lady she's pretty messed up for what she did. I mean, like, I still can't even wrap my brain around that. Who does that to a child? I mean, that is what I'm like totally mind boggled about. Like, who does that to a baby? My son's 12 years old. I would freaking be livid if I was in the Stout family shoes right now. Like that prosecutor said, we got to do something to change these laws. Yeah, freedom of information is all well and good, but not to release, crime scene and autopsy photographs to the public. I mean, come on. Like, that is just, that takes some nerve. It really does. It takes some nerve to do some shit like that. Like, this goes to show how people are. So, this shows you people's true colors. And yes, and profiting from it. Oh my goodness, yes. Like, I think that is more disgusting than actually showing the pictures. Because not only did you, show that child in his darkest hour, but now you're going to try and make money off of him? I mean, that's a deceased child, for crying out loud. That's exploiting a child's death. That's the tragedy pimp to the T version right there. I mean, like, wow. Yes, Kelly, you are absolutely correct.
We this other channel had another person up on panel, okay, and they were saying that, and I'm not saying this is true or not. This is just what this person said. I don't even know who she was, or
allegedly.
Allegedly. So let's say allegedly. She said once a child passes away, they are no longer considered a child. A child. You know what I'm saying? They're saying,
basically he has no rights.
They were talking about Zap Girl.
And so they're saying basically once he's deceased, he has no rights. No,
he's right.
He's just an object now.
I guess that's what she was saying. I kind of was like, oh, what? But anyway, and he also told me that FOIAs are public information. Mm-hmm. However, if you pull a FOIA, I'm just telling you this right now, and you use it for malicious intent, that is also considered bullying and harassment.
Yeah.
Yep, it's in the manner in which it's used, Misty C. You're absolutely correct.
All right.
Using it as, what do you call it? Using it as what do you call it? Malicious intent.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're using it to prove something and being stupid with it, it absolutely is considered malicious intent, which falls under the category of harassment and bullying.
Right.
Yep. So